nowadays, with Google, with ChatGPT, with all the information out there in just a click of button, who doesn't know what to do? Advaita, you tell me. Who doesn't know? If you just type, okay, ChatGPT, give me a diet, I have to lose some weight, there it is. You
Mm-hmm.
have your workout routine, you have your diet routine, you have what, it's so mind boggling when the ChatGPT gives you the script for meditation, customized meditation, manifestation. Although it is, not so much I would rely on it, but imagine, right? You have so much on your fingertips. You know what to do, but you don't want to do. So you tell me, who's ruling you, conscious or subconscious?
Welcome to the Beyond podcast. Today, Dr. Tejashwini from Australia, originally from India, moved to Australia a couple of years ago. Today, we try to go beyond the body, beyond the mind, beyond limiting beliefs. You are an Ayurvedic doctor, hypnotherapist working with subconscious mind, rewiring the subconscious, the brain, helping people to regulate the nervous system. As I understand, you focused on women to help them also with the hidden weight. Maybe I
Yes.
could also get some support in that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you had a very fascinating story, and today you're here to help us understand deeper how does Ayurveda fit in with hypnotherapy and how to really, go into a process of healing. And you can share from your own experience.
Yeah, thank you so much, Advaita, for making me do this. It is an honor to be here. And yeah, I'm an Ayurvedic doctor with Panchakarma specialty. And typically, that's a study of 5.5 years of bachelor's and 3 years of my master's, along with 1 year of like internship wrapped up within. So during my studies, I observed people coming in like, I feel the pain here, I feel I have a headache, I feel I have a issue. So whenever I used to listen to their complaints, it was not the real complaint. It was the feeling behind the pain. I feel the pain. They feel it. It's not like the physical pain there. Then it was a bit intriguing to me, and I used to study like why they are feeling it, but they are not having it. And later on, when I just that did my studies, and it's like academically we just have to prescribe some medicines and all the things. For some it was working, for some it was not working. This even gave me more curious. And later on, like, just the life passed, and I moved with my husband to Australia. And for me it was very difficult to lose weight, to mingle with people with lot of mental health issues. I was not figuring out why I was not able to lose weight, basically. And once I came into this therapy, hypnotherapy, and it was done by Marisa Peer, and I did her course. And boom, I was like, so many things unveiled. And it was like small details which we ignore was having a big root back there, which is the basic idea of Ayurveda as well. Ayurveda doesn't cure your disease superficially. It goes to the root cause and
Mm.
cures it from there. And hypnotherapy was the same kind of thing for me. They don't cure the symptoms which we can see outside, but they go down to the deep traumas or whatever is hiding inside. So I felt it is like synchronizing, and I can use this along with my Ayurveda. And I've done to myself, which I have lost. I have shed 25 kilos in
Wow.
2024, which was amazing. Although I have put some back because of other stress, which I'm working with now. But yeah, that's the journey why I chose hypnotherapy along with Ayurveda as my base tools to help women, especially women. Why? Because I can relate to them very easily, and
Mm.
I have faced that issue. And that's how I feel, especially women in their late 20s to early 40s, where they are stuck. They feel stuck because they have to leave their job or do part-time jobs, or somehow suppress their career things in case if they have to focus on kids or family. There are some women, superwomen, who do their job very well. But I think with the conversation with many women out there, it's difficult, and it's sometimes very challenging to take everything in balance, you know So I want to help them, and I want to help those women to unleash, to recognize, to reignite the power which they had, which they feel that they have lost now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the approach. I never encountered someone who combines Ayurveda with hypnotherapy
Yeah.
because, like you
Yeah.
mentioned, we always try to work on the surface, yeah, artificially, and we're taking some pills or some other medication, creating more problems instead of going to the root. So it's a
Yeah.
really nice combination. I also did many hypnotherapy sessions with other people and like for myself. And I'm also into Ayurveda. I'm from the Vedic background, so to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I'm really interested to how you work with people, how to go to the root, how you is it you working with emotions, with traumatas, or
So basically, when a client approaches me or the person talks to me about their issues, a first thing is I go on with their regular routine patterns, how it goes with them. And while the reason why I use these both together simultaneously is Ayurveda, though it is for the mental issues or mental health, we have a lot of studies going on which Ayurveda is helping. But which with the herbs I know, with the procedures I know, with the routines I know, I think it's more beneficial if we start rewiring the subconscious as well. In Ayurveda, there is Satvavajaya Chikitsa, which is like mantra, japa, homa, tapa for the mental health issues, which I think a lot of people are getting aware of it, but it's not until the level where we can easily convince people that this can be done by this. So I bring the hypnotherapy in there and rewire the subconscious by first taking the deep rooted traumas, deep rooted limiting beliefs out of that. Once the client comes to know what is causing their limiting beliefs, it makes my job easier. So when they realize that they had these limiting beliefs, they go back and they stop that belief, and they rewire the subconscious that this is not the case and I'm doing this. Then the Ayurveda comes in again, where I prescribe the routines like self abhyanga or oil pulling. Like I give them the dinacharya from morning to evening, this is what you have to do. I change their diet patterns. When I say I change the diet patterns, I allow them to fill in what they want and what their composition needs, like what their body composition needs. Like if you know, Ayurveda is not with the body, like doesn't go towards much of muscles, bone and all this, but it is based on vata, pitta, kapha. So I tell them this is your composition, body composition, Prakriti, and this is what your Vikriti is. This is how you have to come back, and they're very happy with that. And I have seen a lot of results, which is amazing. Yeah.
you mentioned Prakriti, Vikriti. Can you mention the difference?
So when I say Prakriti, every human being when he gets birth as a baby, they have the composition either Vata with the Pitta or Kapha, or sometimes Vata Pitta, Pitta Kapha, and Pitta Vata. So there's a combination of these doshas,
Mm.
sometimes even three doshas. So this is like forever in your life. Okay, this when you're born with Pitta Kapha, you're Pitta Kapha forever. But what happens is during in your life, some things happen. You might have changed your routines, you might have lived your unhealthy life, you might have lived some way which you are already living, in which the doshas get imbalanced. Okay, and then the person will get Vikriti. For example, if I'm a Pitta Kapha Prakriti, which is a Prakriti of mine, and during winter I get Vata Prakopa, which is not my doshas, and sometimes I might even get joint pain, which is my Vikriti. To balance the Vata, I have to do some Kafakara Ahara Vihara, where I have to take some ghee and do some movements, you know. So that is called as balancing the, like we have to always make sure we stay in our Prakriti throughout rather than Vikriti. Yeah.
And when Vikriti takes over, is it just temporary, or could my nature, like I was born, could it change completely to something new, or only temporary doing season changes? Or?
So it is most likely temporary unless if you don't change it. because unless you change it, there are still symptoms which will go through you, which will make you a bit challenging and a bit difficult to go on with your routine life. What happens is when the Vikriti is there in your body, that is a state of disease. So I don't think so anybody can live with the disease. They try to come out of that. So coming out of that Vikriti is itself the process of treatment and coming back to your Prakriti.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said, you just noted a very good point that it changes according to season as well.
Hmm.
So that's why in Ayurveda we have Rutucharya, which we follow in specific Rutus, and we have Dinacharya, we have Ratri Charya. Like we have Charya is a routine,
Hmm.
that the routine to be followed daily, at night, and in specific seasons. Yeah.
And like, if I don't know an Ayurvedic doctor, I don't know about all these things. What happens then? Because I just live my life, and then it will take completely over, and I will get more and more sick, or how does it
So
affect my
one,
life?
yeah, I'm sorry for that. One thing I can say is, for people who don't know Ayurveda at all, is to explore first thing, okay, and get
Hmm.
aware of what's happening, and also is, um, okay, instead of focusing on Vikriti at that moment, if you don't know anything about Ayurveda, I would just tell you to explore Ayurveda Dinacharya. When you follow Ayurveda Dinacharya, and you usually come to know, when once you explore Dinacharya, and slowly you come to know what's Ayurveda. And that's the amazing part of this Dinacharya is, no matter at what age you start, the results are amazing. For example, I had a client who had a lot of gum issues. She was finding difficult to even to swallow some food, and every time she tried to eat, she like it would like regurgitate and come out. And the simple routine she changed for her at only for 21 days, which is she's still doing that, is oil pulling, and it is helping her amazingly. The regurgitation is gone, the excess saliva is gone, she's able to eat normally. So once she has come with this problem of not able to eat, I gave her the routine, like the oil pulling routine. Now she wants other things of her life to be healed,
Hmm.
right? So that's common when you, I mean, if you don't know anything about Ayurveda, just typing or asking for Google, I think it's a best thing. But because nowadays there's a lot of awareness of Ayurveda, if not following Ayurveda, I think I can assure you that people know what Ayurveda is. So it makes our job easier as a Ayurvedic practitioners, doctors, to explain and to let the people follow the process nowadays. Yeah.
Thank you for the explanation. Yeah. I mean, nowadays, I
Hope
mean,
that helps. Hope that
every
helped you.
yeah, everyone I
Yeah.
meet actually knows something about Ayurveda, and oh yeah, Ayurveda, it's something about
Yeah.
health. But
Yeah.
how do you explain Ayurveda in regards to emotions and trauma? How to discover? Because you can say, okay, I need to eat this and I have this disease. Yeah, but how you go deeper? Because you said you use Ayurveda then with hypnotherapy. So how do you use Ayurveda for traumas and emotions?
Okay. So at the moment, my practice is entirely different from Ayurveda and hypnotherapy. But what happens, while I'm doing hypnotherapy, the people who start trusting me know that I have the solution for them. And the clients, the patients who come for Ayurveda know that I am the solution for them. So I try to tell them, see, this is the thing. If imagine if a person is coming to me with some physical issues, and I give him a treatment, they come for the follow up for 3 to 4 times, and although it is reducing, but they feel we can do more, and they ask me, can we do more, because I think everything is working, but still I feel, listen to the words, I feel I'm laid back, I feel something is limiting me. Like when they start using more of feeling words, I introduce them to hypnotherapy, not in the name of hypnotherapy, because a lot of people have this, I don't know what exactly what I have to use for this. that they get scared a bit of hypnotherapy because they feel they can be controlled by us. There's a lot of misunderstanding of hypnotherapy.
Conception. Yeah.
Yeah, misconception. Yeah. Yeah, like they feel hypnotherapy is a quacky thing, or so I tell them, see, it's not hypnotherapy, because I don't do the traditional hypnotherapy. I do the RTT, which is rapid transformational therapy by Marisa Peer. I've learned her techniques and procedures. So it's basically NLP, CBT, everything combined in a session. So I tell them, you don't have to pay me, you don't have to do anything, you're not obligated for anything, just try this because I want you to heal. you know Everything which your body is showing now at the moment of the pain of anything, it's a deep, deep, deep trauma. When I say trauma, it doesn't have to be the big trauma or something very significant. A littlest thing of like somebody yelled at you for no
Mm,
reason.
mm,
Marisa even says that it's not the event, the meaning behind the event which matters. So
mm,
even the smallest thing for some people holds them back. For example, if a 7-year-old child or an 8-year-old child wants to go out to play with their friends, and the friends have bullied her or him, so this might turn up into a belief of that particular child saying, if I speak up, maybe I'll be wrong. If I speak up, maybe my friends won't like or nobody won't like me. So he or she might turn into a silent person. Okay. And when they start suppressing all the feelings, everything, every feelings, every emotions, everything which they have to actually express, they start accumulating in particular areas like shoulder, head, tummy, belly, hips, you know and that compression leads to pain or any other symptoms. Now with this hypnotherapy thing, coming to Ayurveda, in Ayurveda they explain emotions, mental health, again in the form of vata, pitta and kapha. Okay. Vata, when it is too much, in case of manasa roga or mental health, it shows like anxiety, panic attacks, shivers, tremors. If it's a pitta, it shows up like rude rudeness, like anxiety, not anxiety, like how do I call, anger and burnout. But if it is kapha, then it shows like in sluggishness, like depression, or sleeping too much, those kind of things.
mm.
So when I studied both of them together, that made sense, right? So whenever the vata is increased, the person gets panic attacks and anxiety because they have the traumas hidden there as well. So what do I do now? I make sure I take a session from them. I rewire the subconscious. I make sure they eradicate, eliminate, and erase the limiting beliefs. Along with that, I give the treatments like Shirodhara, like self Abhyanga, which is very simple.
Abhyanga means
Or
massage, no?
yeah, massage, like a simple self care, which they can really touch themselves, feel what's happening. These two combinations, when they do, they are healing naturally, and when it is together, it's like cherry on the cake.
So it's
And
massage, and what is the first one? I didn't understand. The first one.
Shirodhara is a procedure where you lie the patient down, and
Mm-hmm.
with the stream of oil, any liquid according to the doshas, vatadi doshas, is poured on the anakra
Mm-hmm.
of your forehead. Yeah, when it's poured, it there is a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, the skin which is linked to a skull. Again, it's gonna be a big topic to discuss. But yeah, Shirodhara is very good for your manasa, manas and mental health. Yeah,
So you don't work so much with diet and food. You work more
I
with
do.
also.
I do. Like said you before, when the client comes to me, either here or there, the first thing I do is scanning their daily routine, what they do from the time they sleep till the time they go back to sleep.
Mm.
And the first thing I tell them is to change their food and lifestyle according to their vatadi doshas, prakritis.
Mm.
And once they are, so when the client comes to me, basically Advaita, I don't bombard them with everything, because they
Mm.
have basically come for the pain they have to cure in the front. They don't understand what's going on behind. They just come for the pain there. So when that is the case, I don't bombard them. They just come there, sit, I make them relaxed, I just go through the daily routine, I correct the daily lifestyle. Because unless it is a imbalanced lifestyle, I don't think so they will have any diseases, right?
Mm.
So I correct their lifestyle, and then when I get them for the follow up, I come to know what's happening and what was happening. That gives me a clear idea, or more than clear idea, to divide the disease or disorder or symptoms, whether it is psychological or somatic.
Mm.
Then my treatment differs from that point. From the second or third session, my treatment differs. Yeah.
And the patient or the clients, it's more about weight loss, this area, because you specialized on that on in your own experience also, and or is it
Yeah.
broad? Broad?
So more than weight loss, I would like to say it's like weight shedding the weight, because again, it's all about the words we use. When we say loss, our mind perceives that loss is something getting, it's a
Mm.
pain word.
True.
So I
Yeah.
should not lose. I should not lose anything out of my body or anything out of me.
Mm.
So I work with speciality. When you say it's weight loss, yes, weight shedding weight. But I do also work with women who want to reignite their true self, to connect to their true self. When it comes to weight shedding, when I see the patterns of weight gain, it's not because they are uh, just trapped in the unwanted or unhealthy lifestyle. They are trapped there for some reason, some limiting beliefs, which is holding them back from getting the goal they have to achieve. For example, if it is just calorie deficit and just working out Advaita, tell me, why are all the people not walking in zero figures? Right? If it was so easy to tell people that, come on, just work out and eat less, you'll lose your weight. So many people are doing that, yet they can't lose their weight or shed their weight.
Yeah, I know, myself included.
Yeah, right. So there are a
Since
lot
years
of people
trying.
like, yeah, sorry.
No, since years I'm trying everything, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's very challenging. Again, use the words.
Challenging.
The words, yeah, the words really matter a lot. When
Yes.
you use the positive words, there was an exercise when I was studying, but with my mentor and my Marisa peer as well, that in a day for 5 minutes, sit and speak something which doesn't have even a single negative word, which is a best exercise to rewire your brain to positive aspects.
Mm.
Okay, coming back to weight shedding weight. So when the person is having so much of weight, it is because, okay, the superficial way, because he is eating unhealthy, or maybe sitting on the couch all the day, not being able to move, not working out like everyone expects us to do. So why can't they do? Some people are still in the gym, they're doing workouts, they're, what is the difference between their mind and our mind? Our mind, in sense, one who is having weight. And it's very simple. It's just that we are holding ourselves, and we are becoming comfort in the body we have, or the obese person has, and doesn't want to get out of that comfort zone. When I say comfort zone, it is not about the physical comfort, it's about the mental state, the
Mm.
state where they feel safe. For example, I had this one client. She was doing her workouts, her diet was fantastic, like 1200 kilocalories. At the top, she had protein, she had fiber, she had vitamins. Like, you ask it, she has it, everything in her diet. I was like, okay. And she was good at her hydration, she was working out, and she was working out so systematically that she had 3 days of strength training, 2 days of cardio, 1 day of stretching, and 1 day of outdoor. And I was wondered what's happening. Then I spoke to her for 2 to 3 sessions. I couldn't find out the root cause, but on the fourth session, it came out that when she was young, like around 8 or 9 years old, she had a friend who was very thin and lean, and she was hit by a car.
Mm.
And according to her, the limiting belief, like when I have a client, I don't make their limiting beliefs, they come up with themselves. So the limiting belief which she had come was, if she was light and thin, she might get hurt, or
Mm-hmm.
she might, fall into danger.
Oh, that's
And that
crazy.
when that she realized, it was magical for her as well, where she could literally lose or shed about, I guess, at the moment she's around 63, I guess. Yeah, somewhere from 85 to 63.
Mm.
And the okay, and this is so interesting is, as I'm an Ayurvedic consultant,
One,
I
one
get lot
question.
of.
One question. This you discovered this by hypnotherapy.
Yep,
You went
that's right.
to the past trauma in childhood. Okay.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. That's
So when
interesting.
as I said you before, my sessions, the actual session starts, like I deviate in the third or second session, not immediately when they come to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and this person came to me for infertility treatment in the part of Ayurveda, where, yeah, she was trying to conceive. And the first, when obviously everybody knows that, obesity is the first line of treatment when we have to go with the fertility. And she agreed to it as well, because she was working out very well, and her periods were, everything was a green tick, like it's a tick box, but why it's not happening. And now she's 63, and yeah, she is conceived. God's blessed, yeah. So yeah, that's all make getting me more inspiration, like giving me a lot of inspiration to work and help a lot of women out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned something about the transformation of the body starts with safety, with trust,
Yep.
like inner safety.
Yep.
Can you
So
talk
in
about
this
that?
case, if you do want me to explain that case or something in general.
As you like, whatever.
Okay. So if I have to take this case especially, like, the body wanted to lose weight, the mind wanted the body to lose weight or shed weight, but the subconscious kept on repeating, if I go thin, if I become lightweighted, I might be prone to injury. So the body kept on holding that weight. Okay.
Mm,
Once the limiting belief was eradicated, once the limiting beliefs was gone, she slowly came back to the weight she desired. And once the body felt safe again, it's the safety of not only her, the safety of the womb as well. When you're not safe in your own body, how can you expect a womb to be safe, right? So womb is so sensitive, so minute and everything. So once she felt it safe, she shed the weight and she conceived. So that is how it works. Nobody can conceive in threat. That is, I think, that is the most, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, that is the most, literally most important thing why the people are suffering from infertility so much these days.
mm,
Like the stress, the burnout, everything, that's because they are not, the self body is not safe in their own self. How can they expect a embryo, a new life, to be safe in their body?
mm. That makes
So
sense. Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
For me, I can really relate to that. And doing cardio, I'm doing yoga like every day, practicing
Mm-hmm.
pranayama. I have special diets. I'm also a cook. I try to cook, an Ayurvedic
Wow.
diet. And but I have these cravings, yeah, sometimes, and I eat late in the evening, and I do everything right the whole day. But in the evening, sometimes or mostly, comes this cravings. I feel like I need to
Yep.
compensate something. And
Mm-hmm.
since years, I lost some weight, but it's still like I got stuck. It doesn't. I can't go deeper. Yeah, no matter what I do fast, 36-hour water fast every 2 weeks, and I'm running, and I do everything. Actually, I should be super healthy. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So where's this cravings coming from? Is this also related to my past, probably? Or
So again, it's like, if I take it in Ayurvedic aspect, if somebody is in the kapha prakriti, it's but natural to weigh more heavier than the
mm,
normal other prakritis. So if it's kapha, then I don't expect you to be. extremely thin or
Yeah,
extremely fit. You are always heavily built.
yeah,
But if you come to hypnotherapy, after the sessions, I might tell you that what limiting beliefs. But if I have to leave both aside and talk about how scientific people speak, like scientific things, that when the stress is too much, we tend to go to the easiest option to relieve it. And again, coming back to hypnotherapy now, in our childhood, or going back to the cavemen, okay, leave our childhood, going back to the cavemen, food was the only comfort which human thought is safe, because even the caves, even the trees were not safe for him, because he don't know when he's going to be ate up. So food is a not only a form of nutrition for human. Even now, it's a form of love, it's a form of sharing, it's a form of emotion. So when you start detaching emotions from food, that's a first step towards shedding your weight. If you start eating with emotions, like for example, maybe or may not be, a child is given a candy as a treat, when they do a good job, or if they are very
mm,
happy, or sometimes the baby will be crying and people just stuck up the lollipop so that they get
mm,
quiet. So that is how the baby learns, or how the child learns, that
oh
food
yeah,
is an emotion, food is a comfort. So
mm,
whenever, when you said you do it in the evening, cravings come starts in the evening, because from morning till evening you're busy with your work,
yeah,
your mind is running, and now in the evening it's stressed, it's burnt out.
mm,
The easiest option is to eat. Our mind, the conscious mind knows breathing, exercise, meditation works, but the subconscious knows eating. We all think our conscious mind will control us, but it's not the same thing. Our subconscious mind controls us, and the conscious just follows whatever we are doing and whatever we think is right. Yeah.
that says the subconscious mind is 95% the program which runs in the background.
Oh yeah,
Um,
100%. I wouldn't say it's 95%. If you want to say 5% is a conscious mind, yes. That's why when people say you have to be conscious, you need to, uh, even I used to do that, conscious living, which I even say my clients and patients to do that. It's simple. When I say conscious living, what I mean personally is, if I'm doing something now, imagine I'm like, okay, the podcast, what we're doing now.
mm,
So every action of mine, I question myself, why am I doing it? I'm doing the podcast with Advaita. Why? Is it healing? Is it helping my soul? Is it helping me to grow, to heal, or towards my goal? Then you're doing it. So that every action, if you start being conscious,
mm,
I think that's the first step of self love. We become so busy in and do with the taking of the to do list, that we don't know whether the body, the soul needs to do that job or no. We just keep on doing because somebody else has told us to do that, and if you do that, you'll be successful. It's
mm,
not for everybody, is not the same. Everybody is unique. They have their own patterns of doing work. For you, maybe it's working if you wake up early in the Brahmi Muhurta,
mm,
perfect. But for me, it may be working if I'm a night owl.
mm.
See, both the concept is to get yourself in the right way for you, not for everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, like, subconscious, it rules you, but conscious, it guides you. So don't dwell into too much of what guides you, unless you don't know who is ruling you, right? Yeah.
So interesting because I know what is good for me, and we have free will and we have decisions and we can change any moment. But we
Oh, this
still,
this brings me to a very important point. I have to mention this. Okay, this is very interesting, because nowadays with Google, with ChatGPT, with all the information out there in just a click of button. Who doesn't know what to do, Advaita? You tell me. Who doesn't know? Like,
Yeah.
following so much. If you just type, okay, chat GPT, give me a diet, I have to lose so much, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have your workout routine, you have your diet routine, you have what, it's so mind boggling when the chat GPT gives you the script for meditation, customized meditation, manifestation, although it is, not so much I would rely on it. But imagine, right? You have so much on your fingertips. You know what to do, but you don't want to do. So you tell me, who's ruling you, conscious or subconscious?
Yeah, subconscious.
They were it's interesting when the clients come. They are so proud of the job they are doing, the money they are earning. And when I ask them to get into some sessions, do some treatment for yourself, because I completely respect what you're doing at your job, but at the same moment, don't wait for your body to give signals. And it's hilarious. I wouldn't say hilarious, I'm so sorry for that word, but they ignore the suggestion. I wouldn't say this to anyone, but still I get them back to my office or
Mm-hmm.
clinic. Madam, I should have listened to you. This is coming. The body is telling me that I'm doing something wrong. Now give me the routine. I'm like, okay, at least now you have come to know that it's happening. So it's like everybody knows what to do, but they don't want to do. Yeah. They prioritize health towards the social success, the worldly success. Today morning I was doom scrolling for some reason, and I beautifully, I think I put it in my status as well, beautifully that person was saying, after some years later, luxury is not what brand of watch you're wearing, what type of clothes you're wearing, but luxury is in what body are you wearing those clothes. I don't want to bring the fat shaming kind of thing in here, because it's true, right? Luxury is not what you wear, what you have on your body, unless it is not healthy. The healthy body, healthy mind, and then you wear something, then it's going to be calling as luxury. But if you don't have time for your own body, just spending money on luxury items and having them on your body is like, okay, I don't want to say say that word. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story with the bird in the cage, and you only treat the cage, and you polish the cage, and you do everything for the cage, but you forget about the bird, and the bird inside dies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never feed
See,
the bird, you only feed the cage. Yeah.
yeah, right. I see so many. I'm not so much, because I'm a female doctor. I see most of females. I do see men too, but most of females. Like, I think men still have that opportunity, or maybe I don't know what to call it, but they still go work out. If I tell them to do this, they are straight away ready to do. But when it comes to women, Advaita, I'm like, they know they have to do, they know they have to give the time. They know self awareness, self love, self care is utmost important, but they don't want to do. Why? Because they have to pick up the kids from school, they have to drop the kids for the vacation, they have to drop do them they have to do groceries. I'm like, in the whole 24 hours, at least 24 minutes you give to yourself. Like, ma'am, वैसा मिलता नहीं है. Like, we don't get such 24 minutes. How can I get 24 minutes? And I tell this to all my clients and my patients. If they say me the complaint of 24, like, I don't have time.
Mm.
This is a thought for me by my Guru Pashupati. He said make blocks, 24 blocks. And that was the first lesson he taught me, actually. In that 24 blocks, that is your 24 hours. So start first day, just start writing down what all you do that hour. Each box is like a each hour, and you just start filling on and look at it. Where are you giving time for yourself? If you're not giving time for yourself, the body makes sure one day you give time to it.
Mm. You
So
have to,
better,
you're
yeah,
forced to.
Yeah, it will force, it will. So better start doing it before the body forces you to do it,
Yeah.
right? And slowly, it changes. And for me it was very good until I got conceived for the second time. When the baby was here, in the 24 hours, live 24 minutes, I did not have 24 seconds. It was so busy, and I really have that deep feeling for all the new moms out there who have to, sometimes they have to keep their 6-month old or 4-month old in the daycare and they have to work. But yeah, that's how busy women are. They don't have time for themselves but have everyone out there.
Mm.
So it's just about prioritizing your health, your body and your mind first. And Advaita, that doesn't mean that you have to be egoistic or rude, or when somebody asks you something, oh no no no, I'm the priority, I must be first. And that's not what I'm asking you. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just requesting and I'm pleading for all the women out there. You can include men as well, to just be for you at least 60 minutes, not 24 minutes. 24 minutes is to say 60 minutes, like half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. Like simple things, like I would suggest self abhyanga, like self massage, where you physically, your palms touch your body, where you can feel that presence. Like, it's like saying yourself, okay, I'm there for you. When you
Mm.
touch your face, it's like you're pampering yourself. You know how the babies, we do like this, we just carry them on the cheeks. And that's the way how you start self awareness, and ensuring that you are there for yourself first.
Mm.
In the morning and in the evening, some journaling, like, we women are supposed to be in tribe, Advaita.
Mm.
Back then when men used to go for hunting, women were not alone like
Yeah,
men.
with the community. Yeah.
Okay, they had a community. And nowadays what's happening, we are like so isolated. We
Mm.
are with our work, we are with our achievements, which is not bad. But it's not bad, it's certainly bad when we don't have a community, we don't have a social circle.
Yeah,
So
I know for
women.
my wife, we have a 6 months old boy now. The
Mm-hmm.
daughter is 4, and there's no. We have a community nearby, but it's half an hour drive. But we have the
Hmm.
parents are not here; they live in a different country, and I know it's hard. Like for my wife, she really has to find her time. But now she found her way, and
Yeah,
I can really relate what you said. It's a big applause for all the mothers out there. Yeah.
yeah, it has to be, it has to be. Yep,
Mm.
yep. So yeah, that's just find your tribe and be with the tribe. And when you are in the tribe, I know some people can be shy, some people cannot put themselves out in the perfect way they want to.
Mm.
But knowing, showing up is the best thing they can do. For example, if the tribe is meeting up for somewhere, or they're meeting up for a coffee, that's what you like many women community do. They just meet up, or somewhere they have to meet up. If not once in a week, at least once in a fortnight or once in a month, just visit, talk to each other. What happens when you talk to each other is, that you're not the one alone person who is facing that issues. There is somebody else too. You share your story, they'll share your story. You share your learning, they will share their learning. That's how women are supposed to do, and that's what I'm encouraging people to do as well.
It's
Yeah.
interesting you mentioned. My wife just 2 weeks ago started a YouTube channel called Sacred Motherhood, and
Wow,
she
amazing.
shares she shares all her experiences as a mother and
Yeah.
struggles and spiritual practice and how to integrate them. And now so many mothers opened up and write her, and now she created kind of this community. Yeah, it's just in the
Wow.
making, but
Kudos to
it's
her. Kudos to her.
it really resonates. Like just what you said, it's like happening now to my wife, and it's
Yeah,
nice that she
yeah,
has someone to share and her own experience and learn from other mothers, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's a great thing she is doing, because when the woman is with a child, often her friends who either have no children,
Yeah.
or the mothers who have elder children, will
It's
not be
difficult.
able to connect to them at that stage.
Yeah. Many
And
friends of
they,
hers now, they have no children, and it's very difficult
yeah, right,
to
it's very
connect.
difficult,
Mm,
it's very challenging. I would not use the word difficult. It's not
challenging.
it's not impossible, but
Yeah.
it's a bit challenging. We need to put a step out there.
Hmm.
And most importantly, why I mentioned the woman tribe is, woman should be there for women. If woman cannot understand what's happening to a woman, how can she expect men to understand her, right? Even though she's having a good partner, that's perfectly good. But I guess as a woman personally would say she needs a sister. That's how sisterhood is,
Mm,
like how men guess have brotherhood. Yeah, so women rely on women sisterhood more than their partners. Yeah.
amazing. Well, it was so valuable what you shared today,
Sorry.
especially. It was so valuable
Oh,
what you shared
yeah.
today,
Yeah.
especially the part of, yeah, healing the emotional trauma from the past in order to heal, yeah, and then you combine it with Ayurveda and all this ancient wisdom in a very modern, practical way that people can really relate to.
Mm-hmm.
I know time is almost up. You also shared with
Yeah.
me you have a 12-week program soon. And how do people get in touch with you, and how they can contact you? And I will put it in the description, but maybe you can share what is the best way to approach you, or what is your program coming up soon.
Yeah. So basically, when a person is enrolling himself or herself for my 12-week program, my 12-week program is based on 4A. Okay. When I say 4A, it is awareness, acknowledgement, action, and accountability. Okay. These 12 weeks is 3 months. So, first month will be awareness, acknowledgement. Awareness is where you start getting aware of yourself, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and what's happening if you're doing the right things, what's happening if you're doing wrong things. And I will also guide you along with, you'll have a free session from me, hypnotherapy session. So, and you'll also be having a 1 hour Ayurveda consultation for the first month.
Mm,
So where you get to know or get aware of your physical body and mental body, and you know what is your life at this stage. Okay. And then comes acceptance or acknowledgement, where you now are aware and you know you're facing it and you're ready to change it.
mhm,
There will be small recordings or small activities throughout that second month, which will take you from that stagnant place, from that stuck phase, from the blocked phase, towards the action, towards the goal. It's like a mediation process. But just accepting or acknowledging doesn't work, right?
mm.
We need to put in some new actions, new things which will make you to work towards your goal, and that is action. So many of the people get issues from here, like, I want to lose weight or shed weight, I go to gym, I know I'm overweight, that is awareness. Acceptance is, yes, I'm overweight, I have to lose weight, that is acceptance and acknowledgement. And here action, I know the action is I have to go to gym, but I go to gym for 7 days and the 8th day I'm not going.
Yeah,
So we need accountability. That is accountability will be with them, with the person who is enrolling into my 12-week program for the whole year. So that accountability, like check-ins and sessions if needed, and recordings and activities. So I will be with them for the whole year,
hmm,
and they can extend their membership as well. But yeah, that is the whole program. This is my, like, main program. So 3 months of training and whole year of accountability partner. Yep.
oh, that sounds amazing. That the whole year you can continue. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
you're not
like
left alone.
not just,
It
sorry.
it, it takes longer time sometimes, and then you have someone.
Yeah, because we
Uh,
can't expect the result to happen in, it's not a magic, it's a
yes.
process. And I believe healing is not instant. Healing has to be a journey. And there's an amazing video in social media nowadays where a cup of blue ink or some cup which colors, and they start pouring the water, and it takes time to heal. But according to me, that's perfect. But where the blue water is going? The container, That should be more important than what's it is,
Mm.
obviously. But when this is happening, if there is no container below, right, like for example, if I had to show it in the experiment, that's what, if this is a bowl and this is a healing thing, like the person who is healing, and we are pouring all the things, but there is a environment which is again putting them back into that trauma, again pushing them back to the, even slightest trigger during healing matters a lot. So we need to focus on the person who is helping you to heal, and as well as your support, which is making sure you're getting out of all those triggers, all those negative patterns. So healer, person who is healing, and the support. I need all these three in the
Mm.
line, and that support system is again my team throughout the year for you.
The Holy
So
Trinity.
yeah, 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 that's right.
That's wonderful. And your name, Tejaswini, is it connected to Tejas and the Ashwini Kumaras, or
Oh,
like
that's an
it's also
amazing. This
about
is this
it's
this
also about
name is
healing
from,
Ashwini, yeah?
yeah, yeah. So this name is kept by my father.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a first child, so he loved me a lot and all those things. He wanted me to become the great person, and Tej is something fire and always, shining. And
Mm.
Ashwini, like you said, it's Ashwini Kumara is different, but Ashwini is a nakshatra.
Mm-hmm.
So according to him, his daughter is a shining star,
Uh-huh.
shining always. Yeah, that's how it's Tejaswini.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
connected it to strength, like Tejas, and
Tejas is a
Ashwini
fire.
to
Yeah,
healing. So
yeah,
I thought it suits you what
yeah,
you
yeah,
do.
yeah. Like, have you heard this saying that the name is all? The how the name is, the person is the same way.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
The
Yeah,
name really matters, right? So when
yeah.
people call me Teju, it's fire, more of fire igniting. The more they call me Tej, the more fire is igniting in me to shine more like a star, maybe. Yeah,
Interesting, yeah. You're
yeah.
definitely a shining star.
Thank you.
And it
Thanks to
was
my dad, I guess.
so amazing to connect. We just spoke first time now. Just spoke
Yeah, yeah.
before, and is there anything else you would like to share? Some message. I mean, you shared so much, but
Yeah, like again, underline thing, not just women, to all the souls out there, regardless of gender, I would say self care and self awareness is absolutely needed in this current world. And luxury is not how much you earn, not how costly or how better your place is. It's how better your soul is placed in. In Ayurveda we call the body is temple.
temple
The
and
body is, yeah.
mm,
So you need to clean your temple. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You
mm,
can't sit there crying for somebody else to do the work for you. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, I'm in a spiritual community, and we clean the temple and the holy places, and but we don't
See?
clean this temple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
We don't
Yeah.
take care of the temple properly. Yeah.
So that's what, like, I don't know whether it's where it came from. I would like to finish my talk with this particular thing is God. So many people try to impress God or find moksha, or to follow or to gain that ultimate salvation. God says, if you can't take care of yourself and try to appreciate me or like try to impress me, that doesn't work. If you are clean body, clean mind, clean soul, then only even a single tulsi leaf will work like magic.
Mm,
But if you're coming with all that egoistic and, oh, I am the greatest bhakt, and if you order, give him kilos of gold, he doesn't accept it.
mm.
So it's, yeah, your body is your temple, and if you keep that God there, it's amazing.
Thank you. It was a wonderful closing
Yeah.
message. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Tejaswini. I hope we can
Yep.
continue in a few weeks, months. See you
Sure.
again. Let's see
See
how it
you.
resonates. And yeah, thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Advaita, for having me here again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Namaste. Bye.
Namaste. Namaste.